Hello, 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 and welcome to Cinema Slice. My name is Tony,
And I'm Chris.
and today we're talking about some movies. Of course, we're at the Cinema Slice, and that's what we do. We
That's
eat
right.
some pizza, we talk movies, and today we're going to talk about an in particular type of movie, rather, movie franchises. Because it's October, we are sticking with a spooky theme,
Of course, when in
horror
Rome.
movies and suspenseful movies and what have you. And I thought, what better way to celebrate this in particular genre by talking about our favorite horror movie franchises. So, just kind of explaining what kind of movies have come out. I mean, some are pretty obvious, right? I mean, we have Halloween with Michael Myers and the millions and millions of movies that have come out from that to your Friday the 13th, your
Yep. Freddy, Jason,
Freddy.
Scream.
I mean, it's all of those guys, but it's also some of the newer guys. Like I said, the Scream is still pumping out stuff. The Conjuring and all of those. So
Don't
Chris,
forget The Exorcist.
The Exorcist has several as well. Yeah, pretty much once you get to about three,
I was going to say, technically, right? So, like in sports, you have to have 3 championships in a certain time period 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is
Yeah.
to be considered a dynasty, right? Or in this
Okay.
case, the movie franchise. That only pertains to movies you get 3 or more. Is that fair to say?
I'd say so.
Right? Because, like, 1 or 2, like, it's 2, you get a sequel. But can you
Yeah.
make 3 that hopefully are all good? Or you just make them because you want to make them like Jurassic Park?
Right. But that being said, I think if there's like spin-offs, do you consider it then? For
Partly.
example,
I'll give it
like,
partial credit.
So I asked that because right? Stephen King's It,
Yes.
Has the original TV show with Tim Curry, the TV movie.
Yeah.
It's got the recent movie with Bill Skarsgård. It has its sequel, and then now they're putting up another show, Welcome to Derry, that's about to come out. Would you consider that a franchise?
I
at
would
that
consider that a franchise.
point? Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, that's pretty much the parameters of what we decided here. And Chris, we talked about what your favorite franchise is, and what do you want to set it up, or do you want to show the people?
I just have a simple question for you, Tony.
Yes, sir.
I want to play a game. Do you want to play a game?
I don't know if I want to play the kind
Time
of
to
games.
play the game.
Oh, it's
I
Triple
wish,
H.
Listen,
Oh, okay.
I wish somebody would have dropped a Triple H music bomb right through the middle of the movies. Okay, so without spoiling it further, it's pretty simple. My favorite horror movie franchise is Saw.
Saw.
I think that this franchise was ingenious, right? Because, we know that horror movies, right, are made up of generally fictional stuff, right? Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, right? Even though Scream was a real thing per se, right, with a real person, I think Saw is the best. Right? I think Saw, to me, is the best franchise because it is equally thriller and suspense, just like Scream, right? Making you question, okay, who's the killer this time? How are they doing it? How are they getting away with it? But in this case, Saw was so terrifying because you could really see somebody doing this on a whole scarier, more intense, more terrifying level with all the different torture ways that this evil genius mastermind came up, right, to try to either get people to stop doing bad or to reconcile the bad that they were in fact doing to themselves or to their family or whoever it was.
Absolutely.
And again, and just the creativity that went into this movie, especially the first one, right? The first one blew your mind at the end of it when you found out the guy lying on the floor in blood actually wasn't dead.
Yeah.
He was the one that set everything up.
Yeah.
And then again, as the franchise went along, it's hard, right? It's hard to recreate that magic every single time.
Yeah.
But I thought, again, with the terrifying, torturous ways they always seem to come up with to make you go, God, what if I saw this creature, right, just trolling along on the tricycle, right? Or what if I see that pig face? That movie franchise did a great job of making you go movie after movie. God, I would never want to be a part of this.
It is definitely one of those movies that, I mean, it is terrifying in just watching these people have to go through these tortures.
100%.
You're just, I mean, like,
Because you can put yourself in their shoes so
Right.
easily.
And I think what's cool about it is that like it's like a lesson is to be learned
Bingo.
from this, right?
Yes.
But you have to go through the worst possible things, whether it's like the syringes
Yep.
or
The scissor hand things.
the reverse bear
Yep, the snapper.
trap. Oh gosh, I mean, like that is
Again, there's like we talked about this before. If you're like a Rob Zombie or somebody of that ilk, right? Even these movies, there is a very, very dark place or two in your brain that you go to think of this kind of stuff. I mean, well, let's be honest, most people don't think of this kind of material.
Yeah.
But for you to be able to create it, put it into action, put it on display for the world to see and judge,
yeah.
and it generally land with almost a perfect 10 every time.
Yeah.
That is so hard to do. But to do it back to back, I mean, there's what, 5, 6 movies?
Yeah.
Again, as you said, the lessons you learn, the terrifying situations, pretty good stuff.
It is such a stressful movie.
Oh, God.
It's a franchise to me that like after you've seen the first few, you're just like, oh, do I want to go through another one of these?
Yes.
Because it's just it's just so much stress, so much things like I don't want to remember.
Yeah, 100%.
how this is gonna
Like,
happen. and
definitely the
everything.
fuel of nightmares, 100. Like real life torturous nightmares. That's it for me.
And I think what it does well too is that like with the typical slashers, I mean, for the most part, it's kind of the same.
Right.
Like you see the killer does its thing, and then the killer gets stopped for and it's pretty straightforward in
Yeah.
there. Whereas with Saw, you're typically looking for the twist. You're looking
Bingo.
for how are they going to change?
Right.
things
How is this
up?
connected? What is going on with, like, again, and that's where the intrigue, right? That's what great thriller suspense movies do.
Yeah.
If they don't make you intrigued or they don't make you guess at every twist and turn, they didn't do their job.
Yeah.
These movies always made you go, okay, there's a connection. What is it? Can I figure it out before he reveals it? And that's the fun part, is that you get the reveal, you get what you want, you get the answer.
Yeah.
But it's like, but again, the characters that they have involved in these scenarios, they do a great job of acting like, again, right? Either I can control my emotion and think logically and hear them, or I'm like, you know what? Screw this puppet master freak. I want to do it my way. And chaos ensues.
Yeah, absolutely. What a fun, crazy franchise that obviously that first movie just
Oh, it hits so
spawned up.
hard.
It's so good, and especially, I mean, I remember my first time watching it and not even expecting a twist.
Yeah, not
ending
even
like that.
thinking that was coming.
Yeah, like you're wondering why these people are here, and like you're seeing the whole story of like how they ended up in there, but
Yep.
you're just suddenly it's just like, oh, this is a lot bigger. This is a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna be. For now on in that in particular universe, and it's cool that horror at that time too, like really kind of had a comeback.
Yes.
Right? 'Cause,
yeah,
like-
that movie really brought it. It morphed it from a Rob Zombie, Night of a Thousand Corpses kind of slasher to, okay, we're now going to make you not just feel scared, but we're going to terrify you into thinking, okay, if you thought having Freddy or Jason or Michael Myers chasing you was scary, imagine this real life scenario
Yeah.
where someone is a mastermind. Somehow they know, like, it's kind of, those movies kind of reminded me, the plot was a lot like the movie Phone Booth
Okay.
with
yeah.
Colin Farrell, right?
Right.
Where you're trying to figure out what they're trying to figure out and how it's all connected. And in the end, boom, you get your answer.
Yeah.
It's either good, it's either you learn and you grew, or bad things happen. It's great.
Absolutely. Well, for my pick,
Hey, what's yours, Tony? Again, you got a lot of choices, a lot of great franchises.
plenty of choices for sure. I am going to go to a franchise that I think is a bit underrated. Not enough people give it enough credit.
But it's got at least 3 movies.
It's got a full plethora of different mediums that it's been on.
Okay.
Yet I still feel like it doesn't get its due.
Okay.
And I am talking about The Evil Dead.
Okay.
Now, for those of you who are unaware or not familiar with The Evil Dead, if you have seen the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, right?
Yes.
That's by a guy named Sam Raimi. And,
Okay, yes.
And so Sam Raimi has a very distinct style, very close up and like weird angles, and it's very almost like comic booky. Like it fits why like Spider-Man works that way.
Okay.
But if you watch the other Spider-Man, you're like, okay, it's vastly different in ways that it's shot. Well, Sam, when he first started, made this movie, this little independent movie called The Evil Dead, and it
Okay.
is your basic. It's pretty much the starting horror cliche of a cabin in the woods. And in the cabin in the woods, there is, of course, the Book of the Dead. You read from the Book of the Dead and the Evil Dead. These the Deadites show up and harass.
Why didn't these characters just watch The Mummy? You never open the Book of the Dead. Only bad thing. You heard of Emotep?
Exactly. So that in particular genre, like cliche, comes from the Evil Dead. It also spawned off the real cocky, badass main character that likes to say quips before he makes the kills and stuff.
Okay.
If you're familiar
Okay.
with Doom, like the Doom and Duke Nukem video
I was
games.
going to say Duke Nukem, bro, for sure.
It all stems back from the Evil Dead with Ash
Okay.
Williams, with the legendary Bruce Campbell. What I really like about this franchise is the first movie was scary, but was low budget, and you know that has its own restrictions, but it also has its own charm.
Right.
When they wanted to do a sequel, they made the sequel but didn't have the rights for the first movie, so they kind of quickly reshot the first movie again. So the Evil Dead 2 is literally the same thing.
Just a couple different sprinkles in there and wrinkles. Interesting.
Yes, but that's when Bruce Campbell really put his personality into it, and Ash really became, the Ash main protagonist, where they lean more towards comedy as well. So then it kind of also was a creator of horror comedy. And then you get that even more so when you get to the third film, Army of Darkness, where suddenly Ash is teleported into like a medieval times, and he's fighting the Deadites in that type of setting, and where now he's full throttle Ash Williams. The franchise would later be remade, where I think in 2007 with the new Evil Dead, where it went back to the roots of pure horror. And it is easily one of the scariest movies that I've seen, and people that I've shown it to was just like, this is horrifying.
Wow.
Because just everything is full throttle. Everything that I think the original Evil Dead wanted, you're seeing here, and it is done so incredibly well. They did release a newer a sequel to the newer version not too long ago, Evil Dead Rising, which has the characters now in like a hotel or like apartment type of storyline. But not only that, I said it's in different mediums. It became a show, Ash versus the Evil Dead, where you get to see what is old man Ash doing, where he's living in a trailer and
Still trying to kill the undead.
he accidentally gives the Book of the Dead drunkenly to some people, and they read from it, and now it's unleashed to the world instead of just this cabin in the woods. Now it's all over. But yeah, I think horror comedy is a lot of fun because they are similar in a way. The secret to comedy is timing, and so that's the same for horror.
Right.
It's
A
just
good scare is all about timing and the buildup, right?
yeah. So when you get both, when you get a combination of like, oh, is this going to be a scary moment? No, it's going to be a funny moment.
Okay. Okay.
So and that's the big thing is that I'd say the other secret to comedy is also surprise.
Yes.
Right. So again, that fits perfectly with horror as well. So yeah, to me, that being said, when I say Ash Williams, you might not immediately think of that guy, but you might think Ash from Evil Dead, the guy with the chainsaw hand and the shotgun in the other. that he calls his boomstick.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's iconic, and I think that it deserves a little bit more praise, a little bit more recognition when people talk about the best horror franchises.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Are there any other franchises you thought maybe like an honorable mention that you consume a lot? Because I know you don't watch a whole lot.
Yeah, I've never been a big like horror person. Just again, like right, the scare stuff is kind of cool, and the gore that's here and there. But yeah, just never been one to be like I love going to watch these to get scared. I'm not a big I want to get scared person.
Yeah.
Really am not. Never really have been. I mean, again, right? Freddy, Jason, Halloween. Yeah, it's hard to stray from what we've talked about, just because again, there's
Nothing that comes to mind.
yeah. I mean, I guess I'd pick Scream maybe, just because again, Scream is more of a relatable thing. It's a real thing
Yeah.
that you could see somebody doing. I'm just not. I don't fall in love with Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers. Just
Sure. Well, I mean, with Scream, also kind of lightly comedy as well. So
Right.
that first one where they're just telling you exactly what the horror tropes are.
Yeah.
And it happens in the movie. You know, it's kind of tongue in cheek in that way. That's also Wes Craven. Yeah, and
I mean, technically, because it has the word "scary" in it, can I pick the Scary Movie franchise?
well, have you seen more than 3 of those?
I saw the first 2.
Okay.
And after that, I was like, all right, look, we've been over and back this bridge, okay?
I'm excited. They're coming back.
Was it 5 now?
I
Or is
think
it 6?
I'm not sure.
But I know they're coming out with a new one.
Yeah,
I'm like,
with the
geez.
original cast, and so that's gonna be
crazy to
fun. 'Cause
think.
I think at some point the Wayans were no longer a part of
okay.
the like continuations of the Scary Movie franchise, but this one is they're bringing it all back, and I'm pretty excited about that. For me,
Take my strong hand. Take my strong hand.
I think I really like The Conjuring.
Good choice.
Just the way that James Wan does his storytelling and just the classic haunted house type stories. Like I think he should be up there in terms of like horror directors of being recognized as such. He's just very inventive with the way that he does a simple scare, because it's not about the jump scare. It's just about the build up, the
Yeah,
tension,
100%.
suspense of it all. And I think that's what pretty much all of his films, from your Insidious, Conjuring, and Annabelle, and all of that, like that whole universe is I mean,
crazy.
obviously, like there's so many different movies and spin-offs from it, and it all stems from The Conjuring. So yeah. All right. Well, that should do it for our episode of the Cinema Slice with the best horror franchises. Any last thoughts there? Any last words?
Any last words? No.
Do you want to play a game?
Yeah, right. No, just again, I like the fact that we have so many different, not genres, but styles to choose from. That's what's fun about horror. Again, it's not just about classic scare. It's not just about gore and blood and guts. It's a variety of different ways that you can package it. And I think, again, between all the different franchises that we talked about and that are out there, that's what makes it fun, is that there's not one cookie cutter. Somebody can say, hey, if you want to make it thriller, suspenseful, watch Saw. You want to make it terrifying and classic scary, watch those movies. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I do wonder what would it be like if Jigsaw went one-on-one against Ash and the Evil Dead, if maybe the good guy wins. But I guess in one of his, if I can quote Ash, good.
Gotta catch them all.
Not that Ash. He says, good, bad, I'm the guy with the gun. All right. That's our episode.
Classic.
We'll see you next week.